Thank you very much, Chair, and welcome, Ambassador, and thank you for your address. And can I say, Ambassador, that I'm a firm believer in dialogue and talking to each other, and through my membership over many years, in fact, which I served alongside Deputy Cowan for a period there, and he will know this to be the case. I've always, when there was a disputation around this at the Council of Europe, argued that we should have dialogue rather than freezing out membership of any country. It's important that we sit and we talk. So for that reason, it's great that you're here and we welcome you. But of course, dialogue obviously has to be frank to have any value. But I do welcome you and I want to thank you for that. So the first question, or first point I want to put to you is we welcome the decision to move the planned military exercises outside of Ireland's exclusive economic zone. However, recent reports suggest that this new location is situated over subsea communications cables between the US and Europe. Can you give us some more information about the new location and what factors played a part in selecting the new location, and give us assurances around that it's purely exercises and no more? Number two, do you agree, as many reports have suggested, that these military exercises off the Irish coast are intended to send a message of intimidation, not just to Ireland but also to NATO? And I'd like you to comment on that. In the light of recent, another question, in the light of recent escalation in rhetoric, is Russia committed to a peaceful resolution of the current security situation with Ukraine and the West? And could you give us an assurance on that? And we would be putting the very same question to the US and NATO. We want a de-escalation there. Number two, does the ambassador, next question rather, does the ambassador believe that independent and sovereign countries should be able to decide for themselves what organisations and alliances they wish to join, and that only becomes an issue, it only becomes problematic if there is a particular threat to the neighbouring country, and that's different, but in other words, they should be fit to freely join organisations in the interim? What immediate measures will it take for there to be a de-escalation of tension? I know that you're now responding, I gather, to the second time to America. So what do you see would be enough for de-escalation? And can I ask you a last question? And it's of great concern to a lot of people in this country. You will be aware of that. And it's the situation in Belarus. You're aware of arbitrary arrests, of long prison sentences in Belarus for very little activity, for just participation in protests, etc. And you're aware of, if you like, a breakdown of a justice system in Belarus and a dictatorship there. And I would be interested, Ambassador, for you to, I would be hoping that you could disassociate yourself from it and that you could say to us that Russia is not in support of what's happening in Belarus and is clearly against it. That doesn't preclude good neighbourliness, but nobody could support, in my view, what's happening there. And just if I can finally end by again welcoming you, Ambassador, and I think this is such an important dialogue. Thank you, and thank you, Chair.
Thank you.